This is Life of Mansfield. It's the name of the channel. Here we are. This is life. This is real life. Okay, this video is hard to record because I want to get really honest. I know I cannot be the only one feeling this way. It feels really hard to be vulnerable about it. Because it's like, once you say it, and everybody knows. It's not a secret anymore. Last week, I started out feeling like my confidence was low, but by the end of the week, working on all of the business things and having our first meeting for my art business, that really boosted my confidence, and I was just feeling so good. And here we are at the start of a new week, and my confidence is feeling low again. It's really interesting because it's not about art. I feel like I've switched roles. I used to feel more confident about my emotional self and way less confident about my artistic self. And now that my confidence is growing in my artistic self, the confidence in my emotional self is plummeting. There's reasons for this. I'm like shaking. I don't know if you can see very well. I'm shaking having this conversation. I grew up in Los Angeles. I had groups of friends there. I left. I came to Portland for 1 year and made a couple friends, and then I left. I lived in Northern Washington for 3 years. I sort of made some friends. It was a weird situation. I didn't feel like I had found my people. Then I actually made some amazing friendships with people in Canada. I've actually got a picture of me and Ramona on my bulletin board, so it made me think of them. I made amazing connections with them, and that is the closest I have felt to my people since I left Los Angeles. But then I was leaving Washington because I felt this huge pull to come back to Portland. I just knew it was where I needed to be. So when I was only an hour away from those friends, I had to move away, and I had to move away from them, which was so hard because they were my first real friends, and I would have to come back to Portland and start all over again. My whole life, I grew up having to move around all the time and constantly saying goodbye to people. I promise I wasn't intending to cry. I'm so used to having to say goodbye to people. And it hurts a lot to feel so far from people that you love so much and feel so connected to, and I have to start over again. I really, really lucked out that I met Nick the week I moved back to Portland. That was lucky. We met and he moved here 4 months later. He was here with me, and obviously he's my best friend, and I feel so loved and filled up by him, but Of course, we need more than just each other. We need friends. We need a community. Nathan's trying to play with me. He's trying to bring me toys to play with him because I think he knows I feel sad right now. Nick moved here and his cousin and his wife live here, and that's why he came, because they got married. That story, by the way, is coming very soon. Either next week's video or the week after that. I can't remember. Anyways, ADD brain. You know, we were in our own little like honeymoon stage of our relationship for the first year. Then COVID happened. So right when we're coming out of our love fog and ready to build our community and meet new people, COVID happens. We did like create through COVID this little group of people that have kind of been my core group since I've been here. I don't want it to seem like they haven't been special to me. It's just that I have been craving feminine energy, craving a group of women to be around and talk about things that only us femmes understand. I have been needing that so much. This past year, I finally felt ready to really put myself out there and try to make new friends. Funny enough, that the community that I feel most connected to right now and the most welcomed in is the queer community. Thank you for welcoming me in. I have been so lucky to have positive experiences so far. I am actually on some dating apps. That's another conversation for another day. Meeting some amazing people and making friendships with people on there. That has just been the way that I meet people here. That really started to fill me up and feel excited that I was meeting new people. Then, in the span of just a couple months, 3 close people to me decided to push me away. That cut me really, really deep and hit really hard. Especially because I'm gonna cry again. Especially because I really let them in to some of the most vulnerable places in my heart. It's taken me so long to open up to people, and I don't do it lightly. And I opened up to them and I let them see myself. And of course, had needs to take care of myself, rather than just giving more of myself than I could give. And these 3 people just pushed me to the curb. 3 people that I was very close with. That really put up a wall in me. And I'm terrified to make new friends. I've been talking with more amazing people and meeting more amazing people, and it feels so challenging to to let them in because I'm tired of having to say goodbye. And I'm tired of people pushing me away, and it makes me feel like there's something wrong with me. I know that not everyone is meant to be in your life forever. I've learned that lesson. I've learned how to let people go. Maybe they're not meant to be here forever, and that's fine. I can take what was beautiful about those relationships and take it with me. I can take what I've learned and who I grew into because of those people, and then I just have to let them go and hope that, you know, I left them with something positive too. But of course it's hard to not think that something is wrong with you when people just keep leaving on purpose. It's just really hard that I have been fighting to find my people for 9 years now. 9 years I have felt like I don't have my people around me. That's part of the reason why I want to do this channel too, is because there are people out there feeling the same. I just know it. And if you are feeling the same, I am so sorry that you feel this way and that you feel alone and that you're struggling to find your people. Like, maybe we can be each other's people here in this space, whether we know each other or not. That is something that really got me through these past couple years when we were disconnected from each other. I watched people on YouTube. They became my friends. Not really, but everything that I was working on myself, I found people on YouTube that were going through similar things, and it felt like I had a friend. Felt like I had friends with me. Not only have we been disconnected from each other the past couple years, but I feel like I'm in a town, or maybe it's my age, because I'm 36, and it doesn't feel easy to make friends when you get older. People are settling into their lives and becoming home buddies. I know I am. I don't know if we are just more terrified to put ourselves out there. I feel like people here are missing the connection, and they're not talking about it. They're not talking about real... Oops. I told myself I wasn't gonna curse on YouTube anymore because, yeah, it feels so challenging to make friends. Like, pile all those things together, and on top of all that, I feel like this new human being where I am an artist and I am queer and I am neurodivergent. I have tried to step into the shoes of an artist these past couple years. These past couple years I have been figuring out who I am as a queer person, and then this past year I find out that I am neurodivergent. I don't know how to be all of these things all at once. I don't even know how to be any of these things on their own. I feel so uncomfortable going into new relationships. I feel like a little baby deer that is just tripping over herself and doesn't know how to walk yet. When I want to run, I want to have this community. I want to run to them and be a part of them, but I don't even know how to walk yet. having to always move around and make new people, it makes you really good at meeting new people. You learn to develop that skill because you need it to survive. I feel like I'm really great with meeting new people. I have not really ever had the greatest confidence to begin with. It may have seemed that way, but again, masking and pretending and faking it until I made it, which did help me get this far. But now that I have learned that I am neurodivergent, now I know how and why I am masked, and I tried so hard to fit in everywhere. I can't unsee that. Now I know my own game, and I can't play it anymore because I'm aware of it. I don't know how to fake it until I make it anymore. So I've met people that I really like, and I feel so drawn to them, and I'm like, oh my gosh, these could be some of my people. And I feel like all of a sudden I am creating this bad habit of, I first meet them, great, I can totally be myself the first time. But the next time, it's like something in me is crumbling. All of a sudden, I know that I'm seen, I know that someone sees me, and I'm terrified. I just completely freak out and crumble, and I lose my words, and I act so awkward, and I can't be me. It's like there's all these new pieces to myself that I don't even know how to be. So of course, how can I be that with other people? I don't know how to be me right now altogether. I don't know how to be me in front of other people, face to face. This is easier because I'm just looking at myself. Someone might hear this, but maybe no one will listen, and great. Then I'm just having a little chat with myself. Luna is looking at me through the window right now. That feels really poetic. Because ironically, or not so ironically, this week happens to have a full moon, and it happens to be in Leo, and it happens to be all about bringing the fullness of yourself and your identity to the community. I'm not making this. Can't stop swearing. I hate subscribing to apps, but I have found the most incredible app. It's called CHANI, C-H-A-N-I, CHANI. She is an incredible human. I feel like she's looking into my soul, because every single week, maybe I've been on that app for a year or so, I am not kidding when I say every single week and month and every single event in my life, she has spelled out exactly what I needed to hear and exactly what I'm going through. It's bizarre and I love it. She really gets into your astrology and it really hits home for me. I have tested it where I won't listen to it and I'll just let the week play out, and then I listen to it and I'm like, you have got to be kidding me. Am I on the Truman Show? Because she knows exactly what is going on. That is just proof to me that we are connected to this earth. We are connected to Mother Luna and Mother Earth. And they tell us stories and we follow their patterns, which is so beautiful to me. Yeah, so that's what this full moon is all about. Like, are you kidding? The one thing that I happen to struggle with this weekend is the same exact thing that this full moon is about, and what I knew this week was going to be about for myself. I knew I was going to have to dive deep into this because I think for the first time ever, when I was in the middle of a social situation this past weekend, I could feel and almost see this wall and the distance that was in between me and other people. It felt so deep and thick. I knew that I had to face that this week and figure out how to heal it. I don't know how to heal it. Lots of crying is good. Talking about it is good. Writing about it will help. Healing is never easy, and it takes time, and you just have to have grace with yourself as you go through the process. I have to get rid of that space between me and other people if I'm going to make friends, and that is really difficult. But I want those friends more than I want to hold on to the pain of not having them and the pain of holding myself inside. So it's worth it. To me, it's worth the risk. Thank you so much if you just listened to all of that. Thank you so much for going on this road with me. I really appreciate you being here. I honestly mean that, and I cannot say it enough. I'm here if you are feeling the same. Please message me if you want to have someone to talk to and just say, hey, I'm feeling the exact same, and we can just encourage each other. I'm gonna leave it at that because that was a lot and that was pretty heavy, and I didn't mean to cry, but it came out, and I just let it come because that's me. I told you I was gonna be the real me, and this is me. So that's what's happening in this moment. We'll see what happens in the next moment. I'm gonna go have a vulnerability hangover now.